All right, we're on Rekieta, guys. He's fucked.
He's
fucked.
screwed.
He's fucked.
Screwed, ladies and gentlemen. He's omni-felted at the omnibus. He's been omnibussied in his bussy there. Let's go to the omnibus results first.
Okay. All
Let's
right.
just start off here, folks. Remember, we were told by Robert Barnes it was a slam dunk. It was an easy Frank's challenge. We couldn't even get to the Frank's hearing because his challenges were such bullshit. The legal arguments that he wrote down on paper weren't even worth toilet paper to wipe your ass with. Shame, shame, shame there. Look at this. On point 11, the Deputy Pomplon's summary of Imholte's May 22nd video and defendant's May 21st video are accurate. There is no indication that law enforcement viewed an altered or edited version of the video, even if it was not the original posted video.
Because
Suffa, Baldo.
Because what happened was, so Cog uploaded it, and fucking he was trying to claim that the video, because it wasn't the original post, was like CGI. CGI'd the
but this is ridiculous. So by Rekieta's standard, you're just allowed to destroy evidence. So if Rekieta deletes the video, I guess he gets away with it scot-free.
Yeah.
Even if there's copies available. And this is the thing too, is even if they were like, okay, they need to see the original, well, Rekieta would be compelled to give the original, which is still on his Odyssey channel anyway. And because it's functionally identical to the one that the officer viewed, the warrant stands, Rekieta. And this was his only hope. This was his only prayer, was to get this thrown out at the omnibus, to get the Frank's challenge, the Frank's hearing, to get the warrant thrown out. With the warrant intact, without his fruit of the poison tree bullshit where he can say, well, you can't submit the coke into evidence or the guns into evidence or anything into evidence because the warrant was bullshit. Now all of it gets submitted into evidence. So he can't win. He's going to be found guilty. He's screwed.
Well, and also the judge was forced to watch the whole stream to see if it was accurate.
That's the best part of it all, too. So they forced the judge to view, I think it was submission 12 it's called. Yeah. And submission 12 is like the entire 5-hour Rekieta drunk stream. So imagine your judge has to watch that, and then he had to watch it twice.
Wait.
So
what?
he had to watch like the Rekieta, the original and the COG version to make sure that they were the same. The judge had to watch 10 hours.
What do you think, like, the reaction? What do you think the reaction of him, like, at home, and he's just like, what the fuck? He's like in bed on his laptop, like, all right, here we go. Like, honestly, the judge probably was entertained somewhat. He's like, whoa, man, this is fucking nuts.
The judge, you just know he was pissed. You know he was wrong. What do you think the judge made of anime sucks Copen Sneed being said about 6 times? No, it was more than that. How many times did he say anime sucks?
It was 8, I think we went over.
Was it
8 times? 8 proper times, yeah. Anime sucks. Copen Sneed. You know what was great, too? I just remembered was the a Disco Elysium fucking... and it had the anime sucks Copen Sneed like over and over. Oh, dude. That was the greatest, like, fucking stream to watch.
The judge had to read every chat message. Here it is. So go to number 4 here. The defendant's motion to schedule an evidentiary hearing pursuant to a Frank's challenge is denied. The defendant's motion to suppress the firearms and ammunition is denied. All other omnibus issues not argued this is about with particularly otherwise specially identified to the court as a contested issue at the omnibus hearing. Here's where it gets bad. Whether included in the written notice or not are denied, having been waived by the defendant. So he can't raise any other issues. It's over.
He has to
The warrant stays in no matter what. So his next step is he has to plead either guilty or innocent. But this is where it gets bad for Baldo.
But Barnes told us that it was all...
It was a slam
bullshit.
dunk, and we're all going to look foolish, and these are just YouTube lawyers. They're non-practicing lawyers who have no idea what they're talking about. The warrant, I think he said it was paper thin. So it's over. So now here's the best part.
Paper thin, yeah, go.
If he pleads guilty, he becomes guilty, and so therefore the body cam becomes public.
Beauty.
That means we get it.
Oh, buddy, it's been like a 10-hour show.
And the only way for him to avoid prison completely is to plead guilty. If he goes to trial, he has to face prison time.
Oh, my God.
So he has to either give us the body cam and embrace the ultimate humiliation of Kiwi Farms, Kino Casino, everybody dabbing on him, or risk going to jail.
Yes!
Now, even if he pleads not guilty, the body cam still comes out if he's found guilty.
Oh my God.
Which he most certainly will be.
But please,
even if he is found not guilty, the body cam still comes out if it's introduced into evidence. So
it will be, right?
There's only one path forward. There's only one timeline at this point where Lord Baldo can suppress the tape.
How?
And it's if Rekieta wins a hearing to exclude the tape from evidence and also is found not guilty. And that's not happening.
There's no way. There's no fucking way.
It's not happening. So
but
it's
any
coming
jury
out.
is going to be like, bud.
But listen, we all know Rekieta is the greatest lawyer that ever lived.
It's true.
He's like, better call Saul. Better call Rekieta.
Ace
and
attorney.
He's going to get up there and he's going to tell the judge about Josh Moon and the pedophile Kiwi Farms and the evil Kino Casino. And the judge is going to go, yes, Mr. Rekieta, we're excluding the tape from evidence, and we find you not guilty of all charges. You win, sir. Go ahead, Rekieta. You have this, bro. Have another drink.
I bet you, Rekieta.
Do a few lines.
I bet Rekieta had a dream where he did win, and then he woke up and it was like reality. Just like, you know, when you have a good dream and reality hits you, you're like, no, come on. He's fucked. And now he's not streaming, by the way, and he's blaming it on his internet service provider right now. Like, stop.
I'm pretty sure what happened is either his son or his parents staged an intervention, or his lawyer, or all three. A combination of all three.
The whole room, everyone in his family.
Room was like, listen, you can't live stream anymore. You were telling us you were going to win at the Omnibus. It was all bullshit. It's not. You're screwed. You're going to be found guilty.
Yeah.
You need to get the fuck off the internet. Shut your fucking mouth and piss off.
Let's go.
But, you know, Rekieta has been streaming all month before this happened. And he's been embarrassing himself really,
but now his internet provider is apparently not working.
It's just not working.
Yeah,
guys.
I'm sure.
He needs to get that figured out right away. We need his hot take on the Omnibus. So,
oh my God.
You know who has been watching the humiliation of Rekieta?
And
him getting
felted? Our show?
I'm pretty sure this person has actually watched our show.
Because you have to watch the Aaron Imholte
The Aaron interview is like critical to the saga.
Yeah.
Anna Kasparian is following the Rekieta drama every day. It's her guilty pleasure. Let's have a look. We probably won't play this whole thing.
Totally.
But this is like what a timeline we're in.
Adam and Stitch, right? Or Adam and Stitch.
The idea that Anna Kasparian has actually watched Kino Casino.
That's fucked.
Isn't that crazy?
No, dude, you know, in the office, when they're not live, Anna's on her phone watching, and she's like, yo, did you see this? And she fucking has her phone. Shows Jake, and it's our show. We're like TYT adjacent. I don't like them.
We're really going to be TYT partners by the end of the year. Like,
we're not going to be TYT like lovers. Just kidding. Here we go.
By the way, I have to say something before I forget. You guys
Get
really did
TYT Jank. Do you want to come on the show?
Jank, we'll have you on, buddy.
We'll interview him. That'd be awesome.
dirty with something.
Oh,
And yeah, so you guys did a stream, I don't know, months and months ago about some law tuber named Nick Rekieta. And I thought it was
man, this is so surreal. This is crazy.
This is amazing.
a juicy story that I started reading about it myself and watching some videos about it.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm it's like my guilty pleasure drama. I've been following very closely. And I know who Aaron Imholt is from.
But
So she saw the interview and she's naming Aaron by name. I now know who Aaron Imholt is. She was watching the show. We love you, Anna. You're amazing. Now you shouldn't have let Schenk deny the Armenian genocide for years, but we forgive you. We forgive your nose job and you denying your heritage. We love you.
Morning show.
Oh,
who, by the
no.
way,
he was just indicted, for revenge porn.
Revenge.
Yes.
He did revenge porn on his stream, and he ended up getting indicted for it. That story is
this is fucking nuts.
Laughing
gift
her
that keeps
ass
on
off.
giving.
She's
It is-
so excited.
is
How
amazing.
did he do revenge porn on?
She goes, this is amazing. You know what I mean? This is the great.
It really is amazing stuff.
Stream.
Bro, and I'm
There's
going to tell you right
pure
now.
joy. The look on her face is the look on my face and our audience's face when the latest Rekieta the drama hits.
Yeah.
And you're just so happy. You get so excited.
It is exciting.
I
I'm
know
so
that.
Hyped. And by the way, when I saw this first, right? Someone had sent it to me. I woke up and saw it in my DMs, and I was half asleep. I'm like, is this real? What's happening right now? And guess what? We blew up. It doubled our normal viewer count and doubled everything. It basically we blew up and then went down a bit to it settled at double of everything. The next body cam, it's gonna be the next fucking level.
Hallelujah!
Let's get a
Give us the
casino one.
body count. All right, let's give her 10 more seconds. We'll move on.
What are you talking? How do
Okay.
you do that?
Okay, so this is what happened. Finally, we talk about the issues that matter.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
Exactly.
So Nick,
Exactly.
She's
You know
I don't
she's
care
so
about my
bored.
show. I don't care.
She
about
wishes she could be third chair on the casino.
Yes!
She knows. She's like, fuck, I made a mistake going into politics. This is all boring.
She said that before.
Cringe.
She's shitting on Hassan. Remember? She's
Yeah,
like,
she's
I
like-
wish I could just play games all day.
Yeah, she shit on Hassan. So you just know she's like, fuck, why didn't I become a drama streamer?
You know?
Shank's not paying me jack shit. Why didn't I become third chair on the casino?
And she has to hear Jen go, of course, every
Of
five.
course!
It's 5 seconds, bye.
Of course!
Rekieta was this or is this law tuber
Right.
who became more and more prominent as he was covering high profile cases like the
Okay,
Amber.
we don't need to. It's
All
just
right,
gonna
that's
be
enough.
the fucking
You know,
more
it's
dumb.
the lowest
I appreciate it, though.
level.
I appreciate it,
We
though.
love it.
I appreciate it, though,
Okay, so this is the craziest contrarian cope from Rekieta.
Really?
This really goes to show just how petty and semantic he really is about every little thing and why everybody is so sick of his shit.
Yeah, definitely.
So
okay.
he's now trying to argue that he was never pulled over by the police.
What?
Listen to him. Listen to him.
Stop.
This is the state of mind he's at. I think Josh Moon is right when he says that there are holes in Rekieta's brain from the drugs.
Yeah.
And his brain is not working anymore.
I was traveling southbound on 51st in a vehicle. Interestingly, I was not home. Nicholas Rekieta was stopped
Why
by
is
law enforcement.
I love how he tries to allude. He's like, interestingly, I wasn't at home. As though there's some magic bullet reason that he wasn't home that will exonerate him or that's super interesting.
Yeah.
It's no, Rekieta, stop it. Stop it. But get ready for this cope. This cope's unreal.
That is not quite true, actually. I'll tell you the real story, guys. I saw
The real story.
a fuckload of cars going by that all said sheriff on them, and I thought my house was being swatted.
How about this? We don't believe you. Ever.
Yeah.
I don't believe anything. He could tell me he took a shit yesterday at 3 p.m. and I'll be like, it's probably 5 o'clock.
It's probably 5 o'clock. Because he's like a compulsive liar at this point.
Yeah, he's like one of those guys who lies about stuff that doesn't even need to be lied about.
But this thing, he doesn't even matter if he was pulled over, if he
at
stopped.
All.
Like he's trying to argue that he pulled himself over when he saw the cops.
What?
As if it matters.
Well,
if that was true, it doesn't matter.
And if it did, you're more retarded. You pulled yourself over? What, are you dumb?
So I pulled over and stopped.
Did
on
you?
my own. I was not stopped by law enforcement. When I stopped, I saw a law enforcement car turn around and come back to me.
What?
So I waited for them there. They act like they stopped me, and these lazy asses didn't do shit.
Shut the fuck up.
Just stop. They act like they stopped me, but they didn't do it.
If this story is true, it's worse than the original story. It's like, oh, wait, so you you drove up to cops and went, hey, officers, and then they fucked you?
Like, I'm going to trust the officer's actual incident report
over
this bullshit.
There's body cam footage. There's fucking reports.
Why can't we see, if this is true, can we see the body cam footage of the pullover?
Prove it.
This is the thing. It's like, why even lie about this? But this is this weird, like, semantic bullshit he does, where it's like, okay, if I can change the narrative on this one small, obscure detail that doesn't matter at all, then suddenly all the credibility is gone and the state's defeated and Josh is felted, the casino's out of business. It's like, no, Rekieta. How about no, Rekieta? How about this is delusional? And this is what he was doing all month long as he legally confirmed himself to be a cuckold and a snitch by going to the police and telling them, Aaron M. Holte has all these videos and pictures of my wife
By
naked.
the way, like that being true makes what you did okay. But look, Aaron's bad. It's like,
whoa, Aaron's bad. Yeah, he's also bad. You're both pieces
You were
of
together.
shit.
You were together doing the shit.
This is so grimy, dude.
Jesus Christ. By the way.
Oh, you want a hunch bomb, bish? Yeah, I want a hunch bomb, bish. Send the hunch bomb.
How much? I need to know. I have to ask Aaron. How much is he getting paid from Stonies? Is it like $1,000 a show?
I don't even know, because
is it free beer? Like you got two free drinks?
I think he gets 2 free drinks on Friday. Is what the deal is. I think it's less about the money for Aaron with that, and it's more about the idea that he's like a local celebrity that gets endorsed by a
radio.
bar.
Yeah, it's like local radio.
Apparently, he is a big deal in Minnesota, but I don't fucking know. It's apparently.
Says they were shitting on her hard. Well, then I like these pretty antisocial ladies. If they're shitting on Keanu, then they sound great.
Okay, so yeah, last we left, Keanu flipped on Aaron, and so Gino Bisconte was the one who was married to Keanu.
Nudes of Lady Rekieta.
It's so confusing. It's just like,
and then Rekieta and Keanu and all these others, they all snitched to the police about the revenge porn, where Aaron had all these videos of Nick's wife sucking on dildos and fingering herself, getting gangbanged. That's what the word on the street is anyway. We can't really confirm that, but the word on the street is Aaron had a video. Well, it was more than one. There's apparently videos of Miss Rekieta servicing 6 cocks at once.
Whoa.
With Nick in the corner. And apparently this video was sent, this disturbing sex tape, to Aaron, and now it's a legal part of the court record that Nick Rekieta is a cuckold whose wife serviced 6 cocks at once in a global gangbang.
Buddy, and it's like fuck, it's like the worst porn you've ever seen.
Well, Tex-Mex has 6 of them. Wow, I thought it would be more.
You know,
well, she's a worthless whore. She can't take a dirty dozen.
Oh, jeez.
She can only manage a meager half-dozen penises.
He's legally a cock. We said earlier, he's legally a cock.
Legally, he is now a cock. And it all amounted to jack shit. because he's not even going to be a convicted felon. He's like pleaded it down to a misdemeanor. Rekieta's seething about that as well. Like after all that being a legal cock, he doesn't even. This guy got away with it. He got away with it. No.
Slap on the wrist. Not even what Ralph got. You know, it's just like. You got a slap on the wrist. You got like a ticket, like a speeding ticket.
Oh man!
But remember, remember when Gino Bisconte, where he fucking ratted them out, right? Like in the video of him seeing the nudes, he's like, "That rules. I love girls with tattoos." Like he was like he jacked off to the fucking picture.
You know,
and then
what a
3 months later, he's ratting.
And
you know
he
what
thinks
I mean?
it's to his advantage to chase clout from a dying clout star with Rekieta. Like it's over. It's over.
Yeah.
And all of those sweepers, you'll see, they're all gonna fuck off.
Yeah. Oh, they have.
Like one by one. They pretty much already have. They know it's over.
How do you sweep?
Can't sweep? You can't sweep it anymore. He's legally a cock. It's over.
What's not
it's Jack
to like?
Murphy tier.
Like I said, you guys, be nice. We said their name. That's probably the highlight of their day.
What is this?
Oh my God! Let's
what?
figure it out, Steel Toe. Let's come on.
Yo, what is this? Behind him on the left, what does this mean? Steel Toe on pace for 1701 over 34 minus
this is like
7.
His goal board, but it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's like a fucking...
This is like Surfer's mathematical efficiency board or something. Like I don't.
Yo, this is like only fucking Matt Damon's able to solve this as the janitor at night. You know what I mean?
We need Rain Man in here to interpret this autism, dude.
Yeah.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
Trying to, get a little attention for themselves, talking a little shit about dramatic things. Leave them alone. Plus, they're shitting on Keanu. Leave them alone.
Okay.
They're having fun. All right, let's. I got to tell you guys about something I got this morning when I woke up from my little siesta. What's this?
Okay. God, he sucks.
Fuck! Have it ready.
Like, figure it out, dude.
At least when Johnny, the wheelchair dude's there, at least there's someone to like mumble into the microphone when Steel Toe's looking for you.
Internet friend called this good cock hunting. Oh my God.
Great tag there.
Okay, that's okay.
Right. It's the great pumpkin.
Oh man, I'm Charlie Brown. I've been doing the Charlie Brown dance the whole time.
I was looking at I got an email from State Farm.
What?
That says
insurance.
Imagine like a State Farm email is your content.
You know?
Holy.
You would think it was spam, right? You'd be like, is this spam? I would think it was spam.
It says Aaron Chrissy Mayer was blaming you for Nick Rekieta's downfall.
But Chrissy Mayer had
still
mint
like
salad on.
What?
Yes. What do they talk about? Being retards? Like, what the fuck is...
Oh, my fucking God,
fuck?
dude.
Me? See, I would have said it was the other way around. Like, if I hadn't gotten out of that cyclone of shit, that could have brought me all the way down. Almost did. I would say it's the other way around. He was already a mess when I met him.
Here we go. Here we go. Finally.
High on Molly the night of the show. He licked my face the first night we met.
The first night they met, he licked Aaron M. Holte's face. The thing is, right? Like, even if you are gay, right? Like, Rekieta's gay. He's as gay as it gets.
Yeah.
Imagine this is the only guy you can get to lick their face.
Right? Like, you
Aaron M. Holte? Steel Toe radio show? Like, even beyond like the depraved degeneracy of licking this man's face the first time you see him. By the way, zoom into his eyes. You can see the torment and the trauma of being lick raped on his face.
You know?
Licked.
And you're so right. Like, if you're
Rekieta.
going to be gay, like, at least suck a good cock. You know,
this is sub 5 gay.
This is very low tier.
Baldo.
It's
he
like
was
a
Nick
tier,
Lick.
it's like a tier list to be like the E ranking of cocks. You want at least a B.
You know what I mean? If you're gonna be bent over with diameter, do it right.
You're gonna get
Do
this
it right.
fucking
We're at Benton Station. Licks my face. Like, come on. We're not licking faces.
Yeah, you might as well be straight.
This is bad.
With a cock a guy like this, you may as well fuck a chick.
You may as well just become straight. Stop.
He did like 3-4 times. He was a face licker.
4 times?
Don't be a face licker.
Describing another man as a face licker. But the fact that he let him lick him, not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times. He's like confessing to being licked on the face 4 or 5 times. And let's be real, if he's admitting to being licked 4 or 5 times, it was probably a lot more than that. Nobody just takes like just 1 or 2 dicks or 4 or 5. Once you start taking dicks up the ass or getting licked on the face. It was a conservative estimate. He was licked on the face by Nick Rekieta 40 to 50 times.
Every day.
And
you think it was just on the face?
And once you start, you don't stop. And that's the thing too, Andy. It wasn't just on the face.
Yeah, no.
He was licking his nipples.
Started nipples.
He was licking his
chest.
balls. He just would go down his chest,
sucking the
treasure
balls.
trail. And this is the sickening depravity
Spitting on,
of Nicholas Robert Rekieta. This is dumpster pumping at the highest level.
It's like
it's sick.
Yeah, huck-tooing,
Give him 10 seconds more just to see.
Hags. Why are we calling them hags? I don't know who these people are.
Stop simping.
Okay.
Get off my screen. Fuck off.
Okay,
now this is unhinged. This is the Rekieta rehab stream, which goes to show that he's learned nothing.
Okay.
So the court has ordered him to go to rehab. We told him to go to rehab, remember? And he was like, no, I can't go to rehab. It's an admission of guilt. Well, now you're doing rehab anyway. Except it wasn't of your own volition. You couldn't say, oh, I recognized I had a problem and I needed to go to rehab. No, you're being court ordered there. But his cope is that he doesn't need it because he can stop at any time he wants. And he's so much better than all the other people at rehab, which is like the worst thing you could possibly say as an addict.
Yeah.
So let's have a look.
I have a personal announcement. I've been wanting to do it.
Like,
for
listen
a
to this,
while now.
because I have
September
a personal announcement. I have a personal announcement. He like says it like really hyped. It's like, remember when Baked Alaska was like, "We're going to federal prison. Let's go!" That was so funny.
Was the greatest.
He's like, "I have a personal announcement. I'm going to rehab. Let's go!" And by the way, doesn't he look drunk here?
He's drunk. He's drunk.
Drunk out of his mind.
He's talking loud too. You know what I mean?
11th hashtag.
Okay, he's drunk.
Forget. I completed recovery. Is that what you call it?
Clearly not. Look
Shut
at
the
how
fuck.
glassy his eyes are.
He's full of shit,
They're
dude.
glazed over. He's shittered.
He's full of shit, dude.
It's not rehab. It's not rehab. Don't get me wrong, because it was, first of all, it's outpatient. And second of all, it was really quick. I was never diagnosed with substance use disorder.
Like,
you are
that's
an
your
addict.
W? I was never diagnosed with substance abuse disorder. Wow. Your premium W, sir.
Come on.
Your gold-plated W, sir. Like, he's still trying to cope
And by the
say
way,
that he doesn't have a problem.
By the way, Ash, you don't complete recovery. You're always
It's every
recovering.
day.
You're recovering every day. Like I've quit for.
It's a lifestyle.
I'm fucking almost at a year now, but you're fucking like, yeah, it's a lifestyle. It becomes a thing you do. You don't just.
Well,
all
let's
right,
remember.
I'm cured.
Remember, he claimed that he had thrown all his alcohol out and poured it all down the toilet, and then he failed a piss test for alcohol like a week later.
Exactly.
So he's just totally full of shit.
There's no quitting or like you're now not an addict. You know.
It's very important for a lot of reasons that don't really fucking matter in real life, but they matter in the world of legal things. But
why are you talking about it?
I did go to recovery, something called relapse prevention, where they try to make sure you don't do drugs, I guess.
Why are you talking about this? Like,
why is it like this funny, silly?
Like, I'm insulted by this shit. It's like, oh my God, they're teaching you how to. Yeah, you know, like you do have to like.
Because you fucked up and your daughter ingested cocaine, Rekieta.
And he's like almost making like other addicts who try to quit and are struggling.
He's making it a mockery. He's making a mockery out of it and trying to be like, oh, this is for losers. I don't need this shit. The people who are there are losers. Well, they might be trying to actually better themselves, and you know they might feel better being around other people who are going through the same things they are. You know, it does work for some people, but you actually, you know, just like with everything in life, you get out of it what you put in. If you go in with a shitty attitude like he did, this isn't going to work. This is stupid. This is bullshit. Well, you put nothing in, you'll get nothing out. If you go into it a humbled person being like, fuck, I've really fucked up my life. I need to turn things around. I have kids that are depending on me. I have a wife that's depending on me. I need to do the best that I can. Even if I think this is fucking stupid, I need to put an effort for it. You might get results.
Well, it's about other people too, but it's about yourself ultimately. It's like, do you want to be a fucking fuck up retard? Well, your brain's always in the gutter.
The worst part of all of this is what he says about the other people in the circle.
Yeah.
He says, oh, there's these heroin addicts, these meth heads, they're losers, they're just disgusting. I don't belong with them.
But you're in that.
You should be humbled. These are your peers now.
Yeah.
You fucked up so badly. You're next to the heroin addicts and the crackheads because you're no better than them. You're suffering from the same disease of addiction that they are.
Yeah.
But he can't recognize that. He has to, with his narcissism, still be superior to the people that he's peers with.
But bro, he's like, oh, these guys doing meth and whatever, coke. It's like, you were caught with tons of coke, ketamine. Your daughter had it on you, a mysterious brown substance. God knows, Molly, God knows what else you were taking. You're no better than anyone doing meth or crack or
and he still has this attitude. And he's like, come at you about your cocaine use in the past.
You know what I mean?
Shit like this. And it's like, buddy, you're no better than Andy. You're no better than fucking anybody.
Anyone who's a fucking addict.
Fuck up.
You know, at least I've proved to people with my actions that I'm fucking clean. I'm off. I'm not fucking fucked up. You know what I mean?
Let's hit play here. Let's listen to what he says because this is really sad.
Yeah, just take the L, Nick.
And in celebration,
Molly is MDMA, Flynn, the dude. It's like ecstasy. It's ecstasy.
Completing it, I thought I'd have a little coke. Right?
By the way, we got Medicare Masochist for $100.
Let's go!
He says, 2 years ago, I defended Nick on this channel. I fucking hate his slimy ego, and I'm disgusted by law tubers who pretend they're just supporting him after what he's done around his kids. Fuck you, Nick. I'm disgusting. I liked everything you made, and I no longer do. And that's the sad thing about this is he has kids. You know, they're suffering as a result of his actions. They're being embarrassed as a result of his actions. And the people who say, oh, we're just supporting him through a hard time. This guy needs to hit rock bottom. He still has no repentance. He still has no remorse. He still thinks he did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
As his children were complaining about being hungry and their clothes stinking. And his 9-year-old daughter tested positive for cocaine. And he's in rehab next to heroin addicts. And he doesn't see, oh my God, what have I done? He makes a joke of it. Oh, I'm just having a Coke, guys.
It's like you had powder.
Have let this guy alone if he would just admit how fucked up it was and try and move on with his life. But instead, he gaslights everybody into thinking, no, in fact, it's you who's wrong, PPP. Woski, Josh, Kiwi Falls, I never did nothing. And it's just a sad, delusional mindset. And he's sitting there with Ralph on Twitter talking about how other people are fucking delusional.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
Your only ally is Ethan Ralph, brother Rekieta.
Guys, we just have a little Coke here to celebrate my graduation from recovery.
You're a fucking loser. You're a fucking loser.
And
This guy's a loser. May as well just do a fucking line in front of the camera.
Why not?
You look.
Why not just
look
get
at him.
drunk?
Look at his eyes. Oh, sorry.
Well,
I wasn't
he's
trying to say.
obviously
My bad, folks.
So if you look in his
look at
eyes
his
here,
eyes
he's
here.
obviously on something.
Like, he's fucking cracked out, bro.
But, you know, he'll say he's like, well, I have to do drug tests every day, which apparently he now has to pay for a drug test for himself every day. He has to pay for a drug test for his wife every day. He has to pay for his lawyer. He has to pay for his wife's lawyer. Like, this is getting really expensive. He has to pay for April's lawyer, I'm sure, as well, because April has no fucking money. So he's paying for 3 lawyers, 2 daily drug tests. It's fucked. It's getting really expensive.
Yeah.
He has no income coming in. He has 5 children to feed. This is why he's having to sell his other property. Because he's getting felted financially. Because he blew all the money he made when times were good. Rittenhouse, Johnny Depp, bringing in 6 figures a month. Now it's all fucking gone. And the chances of him generating a significant income after this are slim to fucking none. Because he's just destroyed all of his connections, his entire reputation, and he's a boring fucking bum. Yeah. And there are many other people offering what he used to offer way better than
times
he's
10.
Of. Yeah.
Like, literally times, like, he's so boring.
Oh, and he still has to fight the lawsuit with Montegro.
Amazing.
Oh, my God. Buddy, like, wake up. Shit is fucked. Admit that it's fucked.
Yeah.
You know, they say a little Coke.
And last thing, you could lie to us, but we all know the truth. You're just lying to yourself. Like, it's
I know.
Through it, right? Here's the thing. People have there's a lot of chatter or whatever out there about like what I've been doing and how much I hate my life and my kids and everything. And which is why I'm obviously just sitting around snorting cocaine and drinking a bunch.
Like, it all adds up. Yeah.
It all adds up. Aaron told us. You're going to be guilty. We're going to see the body cam. Yep.
Which isn't true. That sounds fun. Don't get me wrong. But
what? It sounds fun to hate your kids and do coke all day? What the fuck are you talking about?
So you're admitting that is your lifestyle.
Basically. Yeah, it is fun. I mean, it'd be
it's
great.
not true.
He's black. He's not blackout, but he's drunk.
Like I take something like 5 to 7 urinalysis a week.
What? Oh, you're
like, is that something to laugh about and think's funny that you have to take 5 to 7 piss tests a week?
No. Was it worth it, Nick?
Like, was it?
I'm sure there are ways to try and fudge the 50-year system of urinalysis, but
which is what you're doing.
Easy to do, I don't think.
Look, listen to him. He's openly discussing frauding his piss test.
Yeah, bro. He's
is this a wise thing to say?
He's paying some guy to piss in a cup for him.
Because you can see he's clearly drunk right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The easier thing is to just not try to do that, because when the government says, hey, like, don't do drugs or liquor, you just don't do the drugs or liquor. That's the easy answer for some people.
No, but it's not easy. It's not easy. When you're a fucking alcoholic or a coke addict, it's not easy to just stop.
Unless you were scared straight. Unless you were scared. But obviously he wasn't. Like, if he was like actually repentant, I feel bad, I fucked up, and then you went to rehab, and then you went, I like rehab, and I'm happy to be sober, then I'd be like, okay, he's on the path, you know? But it's the opposite. We're all liars, we're retards, it's bullshit. Yeah.
Some people, it's
you know, Conrad Saratoga was in chat, scamming piss.
Yeah.
Buddy. You're scamming piss. It's like, this is not rock bottom. Like, oh my God.
And by the way, Nick is pregnant.
So simple, right? I was in
Ghost Falls goes, imagine being this smug and arrogant while being constantly felted back to back like a fucking revolving door of felt.
Recovery with a bunch of other people, and they were cool. Like, they were cool. But they're all like, they're all drug addicts, so of course they're cool or whatever.
Like, what a thing to say. That all the drug addicts are cool.
I would say that
It's just,
someone said kick was felted, but it's fine, right?
it's just so embarrassing.
Yeah.
Like, you have 5 kids, man. Holy shit.
Wake up.
No, but they're all like really nice guys and stuff. They're all just mostly addicted to meth. Now, I don't know if you know anything about meth, but a meth addiction is not like an addiction to much else.
You see,
But it is.
You know what's crazy? He couldn't say like Coke because he was about to out himself. Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, look at that sip. That is I almost fucked up sip.
But what he's saying is just bullshit. It's just not true.
Yeah.
An addict is an addict is an addict.
Yes.
It's the same pathways in your brain. People that have an addictive personality disorder, it could be anything.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
we both have that. Like, I struggled with food. You struggled with drugs. He's clearly struggled with drugs. Like, it's the same with everybody.
Yeah. And
like
it's
when
the
you
path
have
to
like a severe
self-destruction,
addiction,
right?
It is.
It is the path to self-destruction,
And,
regardless.
And it's not to say that we're better than him or other people are better than him, but he needs to humble himself.
Yeah.
And acknowledge that he does have a problem.
Yeah. Oh, be careful.
But he refuses to accept it. Oh, fuck.
No, it's noticeable. It's fine. But yeah, like you have to accept it and fucking deal with it, bro. I've moved on to working out, working on Unreal and learning that. And my addiction has actually moved over to Unreal. Like, I'm like 6 hours straight coding. So I'm like, at least it's a good addiction to have. I'm working on something and like, you know, I'm reading now and shit. Like, you know, you have to move on.
Fentanyl guy too, but mostly meth. And it's not the same thing. And you realize that you're not, well, I realized that I was not in the same like caliber of issue.
You see this?
That some of these guys were, and it was really interesting.
So he's better than the other people in the circle. He's
How many
not
of these
as
meth
low
heads,
as them.
How many of these meth heads kids was found with meth on their system?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many of their kids were on drugs?
Yeah.
Rekieta?
Yeah.
How many of their kids were starving? How many of their kids didn't have clean clothes?
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that even like the heroin addicts probably took care of their kids better than you did.
Yeah. And,
Which is fucking embarrassing,
yeah,
man.
I know. Fuck.
And by the way, none of those people, guaranteed, none of them streamed them high and drunk out of their mind on coke and booze, jerking off in front of thousands of people, humiliating their family. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
So for him to sit on this lofty pedestal and look down his nose, he's not learned anything. Not learned a fucking thing.
Oh, he's actually spitting on everyone else because he's better than them.
And that's the thing. And he's rich, and his kids don't have clothes. He's rich, and his kids don't have food.
How many of these drug addicts were famous law tubers who were in Netflix documentaries and was like actually made an impact and was successful and then fucking threw it all away to fuck some stupid whore, someone's fucking whore wife, and do coke all day? You know? Who?
Well, Ghost Balls nailed his mentality here. How can you learn anything when you already know everything?
Hit the retard bell, bro.
It really is a retard fucking alert. Because he knows it all. He knows better than everybody. He knows better than Josh. He knows better than us. It's a fucking retard alert and a half.
For real. Like,
it's more difficult to hit this tard bell.
It's like a fucking more intense one. It's like double the size of the old one.
Fuck. And I smoked the mic too. Smited the mic. Just clean brick.
Ah, shit.
Different programs than me, right? Like, it was supposed to be that way. Some of them are in there for like a year. And again, it's outpatient, but I don't know.
Outpatient.
It's like
Yeah,
5
so
hours a
don't-
day.
So what you do is you go there and sit in a classroom for 5 hours a
Oh,
day,
and you go out. Okay.
and then you go back home.
All right.
And he's saying, well, outpatient isn't effective. You need to be an inpatient. But it's just like,
Don't they
buddy,
drug test
like,
you though? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they? Yeah.
so
there you go.
they do, but you're able to cheat it or whatever. At the end of the day, the only person that can make the decision for you to get clean
you.
is you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But he obviously is just choosing not to.
aggressive. But some of those guys are in there for like a year and they have to show up 2-3 times a week. Whereas for me, they're like, show up once a week if you want.
Shut the fuck
But
up. They don't do
Well,
that.
why don't?
It's bullshit.
Well, why doesn't he seek then inpatient? Because he obviously has a problem.
Yeah. Show up if you want. Yeah, I'm sure at rehab. I'm sure at court-appointed rehab, they just let you know. Yeah, whatever. If you want, come.
No,
Yeah.
just show up
I'm
whenever
sure
you want.
I'm sure that's how court-appointed rehab works. Yeah.
Then I could show up more. I typically went 3 times a week until I was done because I wanted to get finished. Did they take your shoelaces? No. It was outpatient. I wasn't in a place. I went there in the morning, and then I went.
Maybe you should have been inpatient.
You know,
it was like
maybe
he
should.
honestly, I think he needs it because outpatient's not going to be
At least a
effective.
few months, like a month or two, like.
class, kind of. You just
And even then, when he comes back, it's gonna be just the same shit.
I like it with like a group, and you talked about your feelings and
Oh
stuff.
my
And some
God.
people like got mad through phones, and other people made ramen, and we watched Mystery Men. It's interesting being in a place where, like, you do drugs to like go party and have fun, and then the government's like, you need to do something about your drug problem. It's like you're like, well, I could just not do drugs. Like that's
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
You just try that. Like, can we just do that?
You know,
one?
you're
Like,
just a
that's cool.
casual user
no.
with 27 grams. You know?
Yeah.
You're just a casual user with an ounce of blow, ketamine pills. Yeah, I'm just partying and having fun, bro. I don't know. The days of partying and having fun on drugs should end when you have kids.
Yeah.
When you have 5 fucking kids to support and take care of, buddy, you probably shouldn't be flying out of your fucking mind on cocaine and ketamine, dude.
I'll do you one even better, Ash.
This guy's in his 40s.
I'll do you.
This guy's in his 40s.
I'll do you one even better. It doesn't matter if you have kids or not. At 33, it should be over. You're no longer at raves.
Like, come
You know,
on.
you're 30.
Like,
Like,
it
bro,
starts to get sad.
it's
Like, you're the
sad.
creepy old man all around people half your age. Hey, kids, you want some pills? Like,
you know, like,
fuck.
you know, she's saying, everyone's laughing at 33.
I know.
could throw a random number.
I think 25. You know, it's kind of retarded.
I'm literally. I know. Hang on.
You know, I
said
think, like,
33.
you get out of college, 22, have a few years
Wow.
where you're working and partying.
Well, I said
Pro-
33
you know-
because that's when I started doing drugs, right? So.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
And I stopped a few years later. That's what.
You know,
Oh, you have to do a class.
44 years old, perfect rave age, buddy. I can't believe I have to do this class to stop doing drugs when I was high out of my mind jerking off on live stream with blood coming from my nose.
Oh my god.
My kids were hungry. What the fuck? The government, this is the nanny state telling me what to do. How dare you? You should let my children starve. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, his fees are 33. Is that what someone said?
No, these are 35, I thought.
Oh, is he? Oh, okay.
It says you're not doing drugs, like, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't even want to do them. And they're like, no, you gotta go do this. So
But you were in orgies, like fucking with like
Buddy,
crackheads.
like,
Shut the
you're-
fuck
you're-
up.
You're doing sick, degenerate baldo sex with swingers.
You know, you're watching your wife get railed by
Aaron and
black
Volte.
people. No, but at the
Well, that was
hedonism.
at hedonism too. Yeah, the black swingers. This is just bad,
Yeah.
man. He just hasn't
Okay.
learned anything.
Yeah. Someone goes, "You dressed as Sailor Moon and got stepped on." No, I don't. I think that was That Jared, what's his name?
No, Rekieta did dress as Sailor Moon.
What?
And he did get stepped on by
No, I
Ashton
saw-
Birdie.
Was he dressed like Sailor Moon?
Not at the time.
Oh,
Before,
okay.
remember
yes,
he was.
Yes. Duh.
Yeah. It's two different scenarios.
Yeah. Sorry. It's hard to keep up with all the fucking degenerate shit, you know?
So you go in there and you're sitting next to someone who cannot leave building without a supervisor.
Is that not a wake-up
Because-
call?
Is that not like you? You have to go there for court, like.
If they leave the building, they'll go buy meth. And you're like, I don't feel like I belong here. Because I
But
don't
you
want to go do.
Well, when you're in
Because
jail, like.
that's what's crazy is because he feels he shouldn't be there is exactly why he needs to be there.
Exactly.
You know?
Well, as
and
they
the
say,
fact that he can't see that, like, there's no self-awareness. There's no, like, okay, let me be an outside observer and look at this situation.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no self-awareness at all.
Well, like as they say, the first step is admitting you have a problem, and he'll never do that
Yeah.
first step.
That's the problem.
That's it.
That is, yeah.
Do that at all. And I don't have like there's never a compulsive need to do it, but the government has like a checklist that they go through, and they go, okay.
So he's so much smarter than the government officials and the professionals who've laid out these plans based on studies, based on whatever. He knows better than the government. He knows better than the system on how to treat drug addicts. He's just a brilliant genius. It's like, are you listening to yourself? The government, data government.
Have this situation. Here's what we do, and that will make the person better. And I'm just like, this doesn't work at all because I have no.
Because you're still doing drugs?
Again, the not doing drugs is easy. I don't know if you guys
Right.
know this. I'm going to guess the majority of you are not doing drugs right now. I said this before, I'll say it again.
I mean,
And
how
know
does he...
they're-
How do you know that? Like,
I mean, there are people that smoke weed every day.
yeah,
That are just high every
or who
second.
drink
of
every
the
day.
Or who drink every
You know,
Like, you are one of those people, Rekieta.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm sure there are people who aren't drunk or high all the time. But there certainly are people who are, and it's not uncommon.
Yeah,
I know people like that. Everybody knows people like that.
of course.
And Rekieta's just going to pretend, oh, no, it's so easy. Really? It's that easy. That's the mentality that leads him to these problems.
Offended by this, but not doing drugs is pretty damn simple. It's the default state of humanity to
Not when you're an addict.
be doing them.
No.
And so people are like, well, how do you not...
He's like acting. Wait, is he just saying addiction is not real?
It doesn't exist, bro. Just lift yourself by your bootstraps,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
do drugs? Like, well, you just kind of like don't do it.
Right.
You don't do it at all. And they're like, well, how do you not drink alcohol? It's like, well, miserably, but you just don't drink alcohol.
Wait, I love not drinking. The thought of drinking right now makes me sick.
No,
It's
drinking kind of fucking sucks,
It sucks.
man.
It's actually shit. It's
You get
actually
so
shit.
sick and
No, it's actually the thought of being drunk right now actually revolts me. Like the remembering of like trying to concentrate on things. Like
Well,
even when you're not like drunk,
no,
you get
like
four
like,
beers.
what's bad for me is like it's when you're like sitting down, you're laying down and you're trying to go to bed.
Yeah,
And you're still just like blackout drunk.
yeah.
And you just like feel it coursing through your body and you're all sick to your fucking stomach and you can't stop being drunk. You're going to be like that for like the next 8 to 10 hours. And it just fucking sucks.
Yeah. Look, if people enjoy their wine or their beer, I get it. For me, the thought of like drinking a ton of beer and being bloated, and then you're like, oh God. And then you don't want to like work out or do anything productive. Like, no.
I don't know. I know we're being kind of Puritans, but
No, but I get people like drinking. I get it. But what he's saying, not drinking is miserable. Not true. It's not true.
No.
It's like
It's just retarded.
You know,
it's not the not drinking that's making you miserable in that circumstance. It's that you have problems in your life that are making you miserable, and because you're not drinking to dull them or make them go away, you then blame not drinking for being miserable. But you actually just need to address the problems in your life that you hate your wife, you hate your kids, you're miserable, you're having a midlife crisis. Like, you need to address that shit. And then you won't be miserable when you're sober.
Yeah. And by the way, saying that fucking not drinking is miserable is said by an alcoholic.
Yeah, exactly. So he's admitting that he's an alcoholic.
Exactly.
These statements are very disturbing. I know it's a bit boring to watch this motherfucker. Like, I get it. And like, I've tried to keep it to a minimum. But this clip really spoke to me as like, this is why he has a problem.
Yeah. No, it's great.
This is him like straight up saying that he has a problem.
Yeah.
You know, that's like how normal people are.
You're not
but when
normal,
you have addicts, they can't not do it.
What is he saying?
They can't not do the drugs or the liquor or whatever it is.
But he said you just stop. You just stop, bro.
Whatever it is they're addicted to, they can't do that.
It
was interesting being around that because like you hear about it, but
Aaron told us you're in it.
But unless
I can't wait. This is why after that fucking shit failed, the omnibus hearing, it's like he stopped streaming because it's just humiliating because he knows in a few months we're gonna see the body cam footage or he's heading to jail or both.
It's gonna expose that everything he said was a lie.
Yeah.
But then what he's gonna do, it's actually sick. He's gonna invent new lies that contradict the previous lies that he said. And he's going to say he was railroaded by the government or railroaded this way or that way to tell the lies. And it's just time to accept the truth.
Yeah.
We all know the truth. The truth will set you free. And there's just a lot of people that don't recognize that. Like when there's scandals or there's bullshit, like the truth will set you free. And just people have trouble going all the way with the truth, and they'll cope in certain ways. Like Phil with WWE Champions. Let's be real, he still has that account. We all know he still has that account.
But I don't give a fuck.
I don't really care, but he refuses to let the truth set him free. About WWE Champions. And I just wish he would just admit, no, I didn't sell the account because there's no proof he sold it. And I wish he would just be like, yes, I did spend all that money. The truth will set me free. But he has trouble doing that. It's hard. It's hard to tell the truth sometimes. Anyway.
Dealt with an addict or two, like you don't.
Yeah, and only his detractors care.
That's the thing too. Like
no one gives.
That's why I'm not really gonna give him the hardest fucking time about it.
But who cares?
Ever experienced that? It doesn't make sense. Like to your brain, it doesn't make sense. For me, I love whiskey. I think it's great. I can't wait for when I can just have a glass of whiskey again.
Like, so he's not going to stop. He's saying he's going to drink again.
Whiskey is the one, like, drink. Whenever I drank it, it made me, like, chaotic. Like, with vodka, it was okay. With fucking beer, it was good. With whiskey, when you drink half a bottle of whiskey, you wake up with your jeans on the next day. You don't remember what you told people. You were like crying to your friends about. You know what I mean? Like whiskey's the fighting fucking like alcohol too. Well, you know, you're at the bar. You're whiskey drunk. You're fighting someone. You know.
Well, I mean, listen. The thing is, like, it's just so easy with whiskey. Like, you have a few, and then it just hits you. Like, I'll have it, and you get that buzz, and then it finally fully kicks in. And then you're just blacked out. Whereas if you're drinking beers, you can have it's like a slower process. You know what I mean? It's like you have to drink like 10 beer. You know what I mean?
It happens, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It just fucking hits you. Yeah.
It'll be fantastic. And I absolutely will. That being said, in the meanwhile, the government's like, you can't have whiskey right now. And I was like, all right. And the day they told me to stop having any alcohol, was like, that was the day I stopped having any alcohol.
Not true.
So he had to be, well, no, that's the thing. He had to be straight up told by the government. But you're right, that's not true because he failed the test for it.
Yeah. So
I don't know,
like,
and
his
it's like
lies
they'll
just are- it's so
semantically
easy.
argue, like it's just
They're so easy. It's not even like a tough lie to like break. You're like, no, you said this. What the fuck are you talking about?
And it wasn't difficult to not have it. Like there was no concern. Some people, they're like, well, you're gonna go out and have liquor, and it's like, but why?
Because you're a fucking alcoholic.
it's
That's
just so
why.
hard to listen to this
It's
shit.
just like,
isn't it?
why would I drink? I've been drinking every single day for years. Why would I drink? I don't know. You tell me why you would drink every day.
Like you're gonna get in trouble, big trouble.
You don't give a fuck.
If you do that, so why would you do it? And I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't understand how
You don't understand addiction, but you're in court and you're going to be in
functions in some
jail.
people's brains that way because like it's not my experience.
Please take this to trial, Nick.
So
You
that
could
was a
beat
really
this.
interesting part of recovery.
He can beat it, guys. He knows
Good
better than
one.
everyone.
You could beat
He's
it.
the smartest man in the world. You can beat it, bro. Take it to trial. Prove us all wrong. We'll be so felted when he gets acquitted on all charges. We're gonna have to close the casino,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You can't let us win. You can't let Josh win. Come on, bro.
By the way-
Once you win, Josh will have to pull the plug on the Kiwi Farms, bro.
Exactly.
Come on.
By the way, he's pretending that addiction is like an alien concept to him. Says Uberman in chat. It's like, what's this addiction? What is this? Like, you're looking at. Let me open up my dictionary. What is addiction? You know, like, it's not hard to understand what addiction is. You learn that pretty early in life. Stop.
Was being in a place with people like in that scenario.
Yeah, like you.
Just, Lee Raggins and I have never had that.
By the way, how much you want to bet these people in rehab with him are like, that's the fucking guy whose kid
You
was
know,
on coke.
The thing
They're all
is, they
looking at
look
you the
down on
same
him.
way.
They're like, "Yo, that guy is
Right.
that guy's the real piece of shit." You know, like,
It's like, listen, I did some crack a few times, but
yeah,
this
you're
guy,
right. Repair bot. This is what he's doing. He's presenting it like addicts are people who physically cannot stop using at all times, and if you're not that caricature, then you're totally fine.
Yeah.
Which it's not really the case. Like,
Like,
it's not the case, man. Like, there's some acceptable use of this stuff. You're better off if you never drink and never do drugs. Let's be real. Like, you're going to probably have a better life if you don't.
Yeah.
Be healthier if you don't. But life's hard, you know, and people need this stuff sometimes to cope. But his drug use is obviously just insane and just destroying his life. And he just can't come to grips with that. And as long as he can't come to grips with that, he'll never get clean.
Issue with anything at all. But it was I've never had to deal like with addicts, and I don't want to over.
pardon me?
You've never had to deal with addicts?
What do you
Didn't he
mean?
have clients that were like meth heads and shit?
Well,
Like, remember we told that
yeah.
story when he was interning at the one office or whatever?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they like forced meth heads on him, so he's never interacted with.
Or in school, college, university, at high school.
Dick
in life,
Masterson,
Dick Masterson,
Ethan Ralph. None
Yeah.
of them are addicts.
Like, what are you talking
yeah,
about?
no, right. Yeah, his wife, his mistress,
Your wife,
his
yeah,
9-year-old
Aaron.
daughter.
Like, stop.
Sell
His 9-year-old daughter.
it here. I didn't have to deal with addicts. I got to hang out with addicts in a safe setting with this group environment. And
Thoughts?
one of the videos we had to watch, guys, I was dying because it's a video called Lapse, Relapse, and Prolapse. And it's got a black guy talking about prolapse with the white chick. And the black guy's like, when I was on cocaine, I would have a prolapse every weekend. And I'm like, bro, stop. Please don't ever say that sentence again. Please don't do that. And
The comedy styling. Shut the fuck up.
It's so
It's
bad.
bad. It's like, shut. You want to
There's no
spit
way
on
he's
him.
rebuilding an audience.
No way.
Nobody wants to listen to this shit. And he was so lucky he got an audience in the first place, man.
Yeah.
It was because he was the only one doing what he did. And then number two, when other people started doing it, they all networked with him and they carried his streams.
Yeah.
He would just sit there getting drunk while all these other lawyers carried his show. And they all had to kiss his ring and bow to him because he was the law pope. Well, nobody's going to do that anymore. Nobody is going to carry this guy. Nobody wants to be associated with this guy. He's a fucking loser. He's a boring fucking bum, drug addict liar who just can't stop. He can't stop lying. He can't stop drinking. He can't stop doing drugs. It's sick. He's really sick and he can't admit it. I'm going to be real. Rekieta does drain the fuck out of me. Like he really is. It's like you're having fun, you're laughing, and then it gets all like really serious and like grimy and grim. Yeah, but like even it's just like
and I have to like go into addiction and sort of like I'm like a mentor like style. Like this is not how you do it. Like it feels weird. Like, I want to make fun of people and call them like funny names.
Let's do one more minute of Rekieta. That's all I can really stand to do. And then we'll go into Bo Blacks.
I say we finish it.
You want to finish the whole Rekieta?
Yeah, because listen, I know it's a bit drier, but I think it's still good content.
Okay.
And also, it adds more watch time for the YouTube channel, which increases the views.
Fair enough.
It's a selfish thing I'm doing right now. Okay, here we go.
I don't know why they were so intent on saying it, but it was good. It was good, but mostly, recovery was they combine like a mental health thing, and they combine that with substance use.
20 for what?
And they put you in a room.
20?
And this is what I want to stress to you.
All right, here we go.
I'm sure recovery works for some people, but the program that they had me do just didn't amount to much of anything. And it's fine, because like I said, I don't care. Like I don't I don't have any desire to go out and have drugs or alcohol.
But you just told us.
It's not a big deal.
You just told us you really want to drink whiskey. And the moment you're allowed to, you're going to. And your life's miserable without alcohol. What a lie.
It's so
easy. He's contradicted himself. He said he can't wait.
Yeah.
But I was like, what good did this do anybody? Like, what? If some of these guys are in there for a really long time, they're in there for a year. And they're not all in there because the court requires them to be in there.
Oh, wait.
And so
they're in there for their own free will?
But he said earlier there were people there who can't even leave the building without a supervisor.
But listen to this. It's within the same sentence. Look.
So it's not a big deal.
Hear this.
But I was like, what good did this do anybody? Like, what? If some of these guys are in there for a really long time, they're in there for a year.
Okay, some of these guys are in there for a very long time, in there for a year.
And they're not all in there because the court requires them to be in there.
What? That's in the same sentence. Like, they're in there for a year, but they're not required to be in there. What do you mean?
Brain.
That doesn't make any sense.
And so, like, for them, it's not the same thing. Like, if they're struggling with addiction and they buck up and they, like, they're like, oh, well, they go and grab an 8-ball of meth or whatever, they don't go to prison because they're not on probation. Some of them are, but not all of them. So it was an interesting experience. I wanted to just say there's just been a lot of talk about, like,
so much.
all the things I'm not doing and accountability.
Okay, we could just fucking move on. Okay.
Oh my God!
It's
just never. No, keep going. At this point, it's just like, all right, suffer, PPP, suffer, audience.
Did
we accept the 20 sub offer to go to fucking Beardson and fucking? But then we'll have to move Bo Blacks.
Yeah, that's fine.
Once we get the 20 subs, we will end the Rekieta segment. But for now, we're going to continue playing Rekieta.
Okay.
Accepting responsibility.
How many
100
subs to restart?
All right, listen. I will do this segment again for 100 subs.
No way. No
If
way.
you send
one
100
guy,
subs,
one guy.
I
one guy.
will fucking play the
No,
entire
there's
Rekieta
some
video
fucking whale
again.
out there who's gonna be like, "Fuck these guys," and they're gonna do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
They won't.
Yeah.
You won't do it.
It has to be one guy. You can't all pitch it.
It's smelling broke. Smelling broke. You won't do it.
Yeah. No.
Fat Chick Thriller has gifted 50
Stop.
subs.
No,
Let's
but
go.
no fucking way. No way.
Let's